Landing in Zwift Update version 1.73 is the new HUD, the heads-up display. Quite a significant change in Zwift, as this is what you'll be looking at anytime you are riding or running in Zwift. Okay, let's get straight into the details of what's new and what you can customize. Dropping straight into a race that I did the other day with this new HUD, and the first thing you'll notice is the top center information bar and the riding metrics over in the top left are now transparent. You can see more of the world with this new HUD. The top left screen now has 4 customizable data fields. I'll run you through the options of those in just a few moments. There's also a really useful intensity bar that gives you an indication of what zone you are currently in based on your FTP and the overall ride breakdown in real time. The power icon also changes colour based on the zone that you're currently in. A new addition to the HUD is this real-time climb indicator showing the upcoming 800 metres or so if that next 800 metres goes upwards. It's very similar to Climb Pro on a Garmin Edge bike computer or Wahoo Summit on the Element bike computer range. Virtual gear changes are also listed over there in the box with a new up-down animation. Jumping ahead to the top of the climb here on Libby Hill with the Zwift Climb Pro just about to tick over, and all that happens there is it just sinks away back into the HUD. Now, let's cover what doesn't change just yet. As you can probably see on screen, a lot of things remain the same, but Zwift have said this is the initial rollout of HUD changes, so expect more to come soon. For now, the top right minimap remains the same, as does the elevation profile over there on that minimap. Something we were all hoping to see updated with this HUD refresh, but I am told it's coming soon. Soon. The rider list over on the right and the leaderboards over on the left also remain the same for now. In workout mode, the HUD remains the same, just with a new transparent design. Oh, and one thing I do think needs changing is that interval progress bar. In my opinion, it needs to be separated from that target wattage box because, look, once I point this out, you can't unsee. 50% of that interval isn't here. It's about here. And if you've never noticed that before, I do apologise for pointing that out. Zooming in a little closer to explain exactly why this is the case, you can see the little dip in pixels there. Yeah, that's the start of the interval bar and the curve or the corner of the wattage target box, which is always the same colour as the interval bar. Anyhow, let's hope we see this fixed soon. Now for a look at the configuration options of that new HUD. You can access that via Settings HUD on the home screen or in-game. And from here we have 4 slots, which we can leave blank: cadence, average power, heart rate, calories, watts per kilo, kilojoules, and TSS. All right, so leaving that one blank there, we can just change things around. Maybe just have heart rate or reset to default. Average power, I'll look a little bit more into that in a moment. Let's change mine to TSS. I think I'm old school. Let's use TSS for mine. Okay, from there, and we'll drop into game by joining our friendly pace partner over in Watopia. Let's go and start ride. Now, average watts is an interesting one. Average watts will start immediately when dropping into a free ride or a pace partner ride or a robo-pacer ride, I believe they're called. There'll always be pace partners to me. Okay, so I've just dropped in here to join Yumi. I have my wattage there on screen. I'm hardly pedaling at all. But what I found with that new coloured bar, which gives you an indication of the zone you're in and the overall zone breakdown for the ride that you're currently doing, takes about a minute to fully populate. But as you can see here, I'm riding along with Yumi this morning. Very easily, not much is being coloured. I'm going through the virtual gears. TSS is taking a little while to calculate, but I have RPMs, BPMs, average watts, which started as soon as I started pedaling. All right, jumping ahead just a few seconds here. Now that bar is now fully populated and there's not a lot of red. So let's give it some beans. There we go. I'm in the red. And because the ride's only been going for 90 seconds, there's an influence on the overall bar. If that ride had been 2 or 3 hours with no red and I did 3 or 4 seconds in the red, that really wouldn't influence that much at all, probably wouldn't even show up. But it's a good indication of my overall effort for that short ride. A better example would be to drop into here, last couple of kilometers of an hour and 8 of racing, and you can see the splits there up on screen. A very colourful bar, and I'm in the red just finishing that one off. As the little story here, M. Taylor was chasing a group of us for about 45 minutes. Absolute ride of the day, M. Taylor. I'm putting some encouragement there on screen. And he came absolutely flying past me. You'll see here, I can't even hold the wheel. Anyway, the race that I did with this new HUD and the new Climb Pro thing there on screen, M. Taylor, ride of the day. Absolutely monster effort and well-deserved 14th place. I think he would have taken there. Anyhow, back to what we're talking about, the new HUD. Looping back to the start of this race, just an observation of average power and that new progress bar or effort bar for the ride. And as we all know, in the pens, nothing's recorded. Even your warm-up is thrown away if you perform that in the pen. But the clock has started ticking here. We're still rolling out from the pens. No average watts calculated just yet. No effort bar either. And it's not until we get closer to the official road there in Richmond that things start ticking along. So it's about 21 seconds or so. And there we go, 20 seconds. Average power now starts. And that effort bar starts populating. Not quite sure what the trigger is for that. I'd still like that data from the pens be recorded somewhere. You're still doing that effort. It'd be kind of handy to save that and synced over to third-party websites, but that's just how things are for now. May change in the near future, I guess. Now, the last thing I'll cover off today is what happens when you're in view mode, looking at other riders. Now we've got access to more metrics in that customizable HUD. So here I am in view mode watching good old Meatball. Now, Meatball, I can see power, RPM, BPM, so heart rate, average power, so we can snoop on people's average power for their ride, but no TSS. Now, TSS is shown because that's what I have configured. So we go back to me, I will go over to settings, HUD, change that to, let's go kilojoules. Yep, okay, we'll click on that. What happens if we snoop on someone else's ride? My kilojoules are obviously there. Look at someone else. Okay, we can see the energy expenditure. Oh, hello. Murray from Jet Black Cycling. I have a suspicion that Murray's on the Jet Black Victory doing some last-minute testing. Actually, I did confirm because Murray just sent me a message after I clicked on right on there. Okay, so looking at Murray here, we can see his RPMs, his average power. No overall ride intensity bar, though, but we can see how hard Murray's gone for all of 2 minutes 30. His average power is 300 watts. But I do think it's interesting and maybe something that will change in the near future because we can now click on other riders and get a really good indication of how hard they've been going for their entire session that's currently in progress, both on average power and kilojoules. Interesting. Also note that Murray's heart rate just dropped out as well. And I did tell him that I saw his heart rate drop out, asked him what's going on. Yeah, he had flat batteries. So he was replacing those as we were talking here, and it will come back in just a few seconds. There we go. It's back. Remote diagnostics of peripherals. Anyhow, back on track. Let's wrap this one up for today. So there it is, a full rundown of the new HUD within Zwift, what's new, what's not, and hopefully what's coming soon. That being the Minimap update with that elevation profile we all want to see fixed. Anyhow, I'm keen to hear your thoughts on this one, so let me know in the comments below. What do you like? What don't you like? Is there anything missing they should add in future updates to the HUD? And with that, we'll leave it there. Thumbs ups, subscribes if you're not already subscribed, and we'll see you soon.